Are you unemployed? Maybe a waster? Don't know what to do with your life or your career? Gizza Job. This is the show for you, let me tell you. Now, our contestants underwent some tasks this week and they will be judged by a professional here in the studio. The job they will be getting is in a radio station. Now, Mick Flanagan, CEO of Near FM, great radio station and a successful businessman. Now, Mick, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to seeing how the contestants get on this week.
You're always welcome. Now, you're a professional, so you know what's needed. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, basically the contestants are competing for a job as a radio presenter or a DJ, and I'll be looking for specific qualities such as how they handle the pressure of broadcasting live, how they deal with the public, and how they handle technical qualities and aspects like audio mixing and time management, things like that.
Well, speaking of the contestants now, our contestants this week are Alice, a 25-year-old from Blackrock, and Barry, a great guy, really truly talented, 28, from the city centre. Now, let's see how they got on this week.
I started with arts. I haven't worked since. Daddy is paying my rent and he bought me a lovely car. Love to go for lunch with the girls with that. Applying for the job. My mother died 8 months ago. She was in a car crash. Drunk driver hit into her. And, she wanted me to do more with my life. That she wanted me to succeed, that I should do something good for the people.
Why would I want to win this competition? Well, you see, my mum said a long time ago, I've got the face for radio. So I thought, well, what the hell, why not, enter that. Saw it online, was like, what the hell, give it a shot. Do you know what I mean? Positive would be, I'm a really good listener. You know what I mean? So when I get people phoning into the show, I'll be able to let them rabbit on and I won't have to say much at all. That's great positive. You know, man of the people, that's what it's all about, you know? Someone people can relate to.
Hello, and this is Alice on the air. Good morning to you. The time is 11 o'clock and we are starting our discussion today by talking about God, the Lord our Father. So phone us in with your calls and we'll get the discussion underway on 1850 921 921.
Would you go to Mass often, love?
I try to go every day. The 10 o'clock Mass is my favourite. Joe, to be honest with you, I find your opinions quite offensive, that we do not receive bread, we receive the body of Christ and we drink the blood of Christ. No, sorry, caller. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I think so. I don't think they were being very fair, and they were really insulting. Personally, I find them very insulting, and there's no way to deal with people like that than just to cut them off.
Hello, how are you? This is Barry Stevens on the chat line today. Nice to have you along. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about drugs, and more importantly, the future illegalisation of legal herbal cannabis. Now, as you may be aware, there's shops all over Dublin at the moment that are selling these drugs that aren't exactly cannabis, but they've got cannabinoids in them. So, of course, people are having far too much fun, enjoying themselves, so the government have decided to clamp down and remove all traces of fun from the market. We'd love to get your opinions on this. If you want to call us on 1590 809 93, or you can send in text to 50903. Okay, caller, you're on the air. You're on with Barry Stevens on Chatline. What's the story?
Well, Mr. Stevens, I can't believe you're talking about this issue. It's terrible. My son, he's gone mad with schizophrenia after taking too much cannabis. How can you justify...
Okay, now look, we're not actually talking about cannabis here now. We're talking about legal herbal remedies that are on for sale. And I can't really see what the problem is when these legal herbal remedies are on for sale. Now, your son was obviously getting some dodgy stuff from some dealer who's underground funding the arms race, whereas these lads are paying their taxes. You know yourself, the older generation, they have different ways of looking on things. They don't mind putting alcohol down their throat. When it comes to a bit of the wacky, they just frown upon it. The 60s never happened in here, son. It went straight from the 1950s straight up into the 1980s. Today was a good day. I tried something new today, something I've always wanted to do, be on the radio. I mean, the hardest part for me was not having a fag for an hour. That was pretty tough. Talking to all the people, that was kind of natural. Like, you know, I was very lucky with that.
God bless us. It looks like one of our contestants did better than the other did. Now, we're going to have a quick commercial break, and then our judge is going to see who the winner is. Stay tuned.
You've all seen our range of bedtime pyjamas. Now we present to you a new generation of nightwear. Daywear. For everyday casual wear, enjoy the comfort of our PJs, whatever way you spend the day. Stay cozy at the office. Or hitting a few rounds. Maybe even a playful kickabout. Now available at your local supermarket at the bargain price of $9.99.
Sick of this, I'm going to bed.
It's Christmas.
Back away with it. Oh, 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 oh.
They've a wicked side, do you?
Well, we saw how contestants got on during the week. Excellent stuff it was. Now, without further delay, let's introduce them. Alice, Barry, welcome to the show.
How are you doing?
Hi,
Good to be
how are
here.
you?
How's things? Now, Alice, how do you think you got on, truly?
I think I did really well. It was a challenge. It was something new. But I think I pulled it off, yeah.
Really good stuff. Okay, now, Barry, you're a great guy, truly.
Cheers.
Excellent.
Cheers, Barry.
How do you think you got on?
Yeah, I had a good time there. It was fun chatting with all the people. Like, you know, a bit weird being in the radio station for the first time, but, you know, it was good, it was good. I like chatting to people, so, you know, got a good few callers in, a few people were telling me on the street, like, that they heard me and stuff like that. So, that was, yeah, it was really good now.
It's always good to have a bit of fame, isn't it?
That's it, you know.
Now, Mick, you're our judge. What do you think of them?
Well, they both showed different qualities in different areas, and I thought they got on quite well overall. Alice showed great technical ability in the studio. She was, very capable. Barry showed, great personality over the air. Built up great rapport with the callers and got on really well.
Now, digging deeper, real deep, what aspects did they apply themselves and have real quality?
Well, I think Barry, not as good on the technical side of things, but he showed his personality came across very well. Alice, on the other hand, she may not be as good as Barry, say, as, chatting with the public, but she showed great ability in the studio, technically, yeah.
Mick, you never lie. You're a great guy. Now, do you have any questions for them?
I'd like to ask them both. We'll start with Alice. How they got on and how they think. What would you change if you could do it all over again?
Well, I think my topic was a bit too niche. It was a bit of a bad choice. So, the public didn't really respond to it quite that well. But you can't really decide what the public are going to say. They're not the smartest bunch of people, really.
Let's not go there.
Okay.
Barry, would you change anything if you could do it all over again?
I'd know a bit more about the studio, to be honest. Like, there was that time when I tried to, put through a caller and I made it into an ad break instead. Like, that was just a schoolboy error, and... but, I mean, I wouldn't change much, because, I got people on the radio, like real people were talking to me, like, I was someone that they could talk to, that they could relate to on the radio, like, I wasn't using words like niche or anything like that, we were just chatting, like, and so I wouldn't change anything about my performance now on the day itself, I have to say.
But you're so honest.
Cheers, pal,
Really?
thanks.
Truly.
Thanks. Well, it's, my ma always told me to be honest, like,
Yeah.
it's the best way, isn't it,
It is.
You don't have to remember lies.
That's what you want on the radio.
Exactly, you know,
You're
a bit of
looking
honesty.
well.
Bit of thanks, pal. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Okay, now, winner-wise, what are we thinking, Nick?
It's a toughie, but someone has to come out on top.
Have a good think about this now.
Well, given that they've taken responsibility for their actions and I think they're a fast learner, I think they can go on to do better things. I'm going to have to go with Barry.
Barry.
No way.
Unbelievable.
Ah, here, put it there.
Well done, man.
Cheers, pal.
Well
Thank
done.
you very much.
Hard luck, Alicia. Oh, Alice, sorry. Barry, you're great.
Cheers.
Listen,
Cheers, Rory. Yeah, sorry about that, love.
Next week, it's going to be next week, guys. Next week, tune in, and we'll have head-to-head clashes with 2 contestants for photography. The photography industry is a tough area, and that's it. Stay tuned. Peace out.
And on next week's Gizza Job, find out how Justin and Michael get on competing together for our photography internship.